salad. The Jack Benny Program. And I got them all for 2 books of trading stamps. Well, that does it. That does it for tonight, folks. You were a wonderful audience, and I'll be seeing you next week.
Well, he's done another one. Like Old Man River, he just keeps rolling along. And his banks go clear to the Wabash.
Rochester, we're not going home right away because I called everybody in here for a meeting. Now, give me my makeup remover, will you, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
There you are.
Thank you.
I thought everything went very well tonight.
I hope we don't keep us here too long. I got a cup of coffee.
What did they want us for, you know?
Maybe he's going to give us a raise.
Oh, you dreamer, you.
Well, they tell me you should think positive.
You know as much as I do.
All right, is everybody here? Yeah, we're all here. What's up?
Jack.
Okay, then sit down.
All right, Jack. Now, what's this meeting all about?
Well, I'll tell you. Now, look at kids. I want you to take what I'm going to say in the spirit in which it's given. Now, remember, I'm not angry. I'm not upset. But I did feel it was important to call this meeting.
All right, Jack. What's it all about?
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Well, now, as I said before, I'm not angry. But I think after tonight's performance, we certainly... Dennis, you're not even paying attention. Now get away from that fishbowl. Now, kids...
Mr. Benny, the last time I looked in this bowl, there were only 2 goldfish.
I know. Now, kids...
How come there are 3 of them now?
Because the first 2 fell in love and got married. Now, kids...
Well, if they just got married, why did they take in a boarder?
They didn't take in a boarder. The little one is the baby.
Oh, yeah. And the one on the right is the mother.
No, the one on the right is the father.
That would fool me.
Dennis, didn't your parents ever tell you anything about life?
Just the birds and bees, not fish.
Dennis, will you do me a favor and please...
Jack, we came in here for a meeting, so let's get on with it.
Yeah, what's on your mind, Jack?
All right, I'll tell you. Now, look, kids, we've got a very important show on a very big network. We have millions and millions of viewers. And frankly, tonight's show was the sloppiest I've ever seen.
I thought it was a pretty good show.
All right, so there were a few mistakes. Is that a reason for you to get mad?
I told you I'm not mad! Kids, when we do a show like that, we can't just pretend that everything went fine. We've got to try and improve it. If we don't improve the show,
Well,
then
Mr.
here's
Benny.
What?
Are you sure the one on the left is the mother?
Yes, the one on the left is the mother.
The one on the right is prettier.
The father is prettier than the mother. All right?
Look, Jack. So far, you've just been talking in generalities. Now, if you have something to say, say it. What did we do wrong on the show tonight?
Yeah, Jack, be more specific.
All right, Wayne, I will be. Now, you're the spokesman for the orchestra, aren't you?
Right.
Well, let me tell you something. I've heard the boys play bad before, but tonight...
Badly.
I've heard the boys play badly before, but tonight was positively the worst.
Well, Jack, I admit that tonight they weren't too good, but there was a reason for it.
A reason like what?
Well, last night they were at a big party. And one drink led to another, and by the time it was through, they were really limber.
Well, if they were in such bad shape, how did they get home?
Well, you know that white line down the middle of the street?
You mean they followed it?
Followed it. They were holding on to it.
Well, all I can say is you better do something about that orchestra, because I'm not going to stand for that kind of playing. And not only you, Wayne, not only you and the orchestra. Don, you did something tonight that I can't understand at all. I mean, so many... Fingers out of that bowl. And anyway, you were tickling the father. Now, kids, we were all careless tonight. Even you, Jeanette. You gave Don Wilson the wrong cue when to come in during the sketch.
All right, I'm entitled to one mistake.
One mistake? What about that time you left an entire page of dialogue out of the script?
Look, that happened 4 weeks ago. I admitted I was guilty. You sentenced me to 3 days at hard labor. I painted your house. Now let's forget it.
We won't forget it until you finish the windowsill. And anyway, I don't like the way you're timing the show, Lee.
Jack,
Yeah.
she doesn't time the show. I time the show. I don't know how you can make a mistake like that.
Yeah, the one on the right is the mother.
You stay out of that. You know, the point that you kids seem to be missing is that when we do something wrong on the show, we must try to improve it.
All right, Jack, if we're going to try to improve the show, I got to tell you something.
What?
You did something tonight that was very annoying.
What did I do?
Just that. You scratched yourself like that through the whole show.
Scratch myself. I did not.
You did, too, and I can prove it to you. Hello, Joe? Listen, Joe, play back part of the tape of tonight's show, will you? Yeah, and play it through the set in Jack's dressing room. Yeah, thanks. Okay, Jack, you just watch this. You'll see what I mean. You watch it.
Talking about men in uniform, I must say that the experiences I'll never forget are the shows that I put on for the troops overseas, you know. And it was always exciting because sometimes we had to go, we had to travel all through the night. And on a few occasions, we were even in physical danger. But to see the expression of these young fellas, the look of, you know, appreciation in their eyes, it made everything worthwhile. And I know exactly how those young fellas felt because I didn't know I was doing that. During the war,
again.
I was on the Navy, you know, which reminds me of a,
On the Navy. On the Navy. Jack, how could you make a stupid mistake like that? Who says on the Navy?
Yeah, what do you have to say now?
all I've got to say is that was not a mistake.
What?
I said that was not a mistake.
Oh, come on, Jack. We all heard you very distinctly. You said on the Navy.
And the reason I said it because it's correct. Now listen, when I was a sailor in the war, they put me on a ship called the USS Navy. Therefore, I was on the Navy. Now shut up, and the meeting's adjourned.
You believe him? Don't you worry, Mr. Benny. From now on, we're going to do our best.
You didn't hear one word I said.
I did, too. You said the one on the right is the father. Get out of here. If it was the bees, I could be sure.
Oh, boy, what I go through. Anna, this itching is awful. I wonder what's causing it. Oh, Rochester,
Yes, boss.
how have you been washing my pajamas lately?
Same as usual. I take them out to the swimming pool and beat them on a rock.
Well, you mean the washing machine is still broken?
Yes.
Well, have you been using some kind of new starch in my shirts?
I don't use any starch, boss.
Well, then, how do you get them so stiff?
After I wash them, I put them in the freezer.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Well, there must be something causing this rash. I never had a rash like this before.
Yes, you did, boss.
When?
You remember the time you lost that $10 bill in the backyard?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did scratch a lot, didn't I?
Scratch? You dug a hole 20 feet deep.
I don't remember that. Did I find the $10 bill?
Yes, and some bones you sold to the Los Angeles Museum.
Yes. But gee, I've got to do something about this rash. Look at it, Rochester, look.
Boy, that That looks bad.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got an allergy. Why don't you call a doctor?
Oh, Rochester, that's a good idea. Here, get me the phone book, will you?
Fine.
I'll look up an allergy doctor.
No, sir, I'm sorry. You can't speak to the doctor. No, he has a patient in with him now. Well, I'll arrange an appointment sometime next week. Well, no, I'm sorry. He's busy right now. I'll be with you in just a minute. Well, what are your symptoms? Sir, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm Jack Benny. I have an appointment with Dr. Whitney.
Well, certainly. I'll just check. Oh, yes, here it is, Mr. Benny. Well, the doctor is running a little late. Will you just sit down, please? He'll take you right after he sees those gentlemen over there.
You mean I'm right after the Rockettes?
Hello, Mr. Jordan.
I have an appointment to see Dr. Whitney.
Yes, I know. How have you been feeling lately?
Oh, much better.
Just sit down. He'll see you as soon as he can.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Yes, doctor, I'll send them right in. You three may go in now.
Oh, miss, those three fellas that just went in there, do they come here often?
Oh, yes, they've been coming in here regularly for the last 2 years.
Well, the way they're scratching and everything, what's the doctor doing for them?
Well, next week he has them booked on the Ed Sullivan Show.
A precision scratch team. I'll pick them up for you.
No, that won't be necessary. Just sit down, please. Yes, doctor, I'll send him right in. Mr. Benny, the doctor will see you now.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm Dr. Whitney. Won't you sit over here, sir?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Now then, Mr. Benny, what seems to be your trouble?
Well, I've had a sort of an irritation here in my arm. As a matter of fact, in both arms here. It's been bothering me for weeks, you know.
Well, let's have a look at it, shall we?
Okay. Yes. It's most annoying, this thing here. I'll show you just a second. You see up there? See it?
Yes. That does look a little nasty.
Yeah.
There's an obvious subcutaneous rubicund aureola with peripheral cerebraic epidermic involvement.
I thought it was just a rash.
It is.
Well, for heaven's sakes, why didn't you say so?
In Beverly Hills?
Well, doctor, this thing has really been annoying me something off. I'd like to find out the cause of it.
Well, is there any other area that seems to be bothering you?
No, just the arm.
Have you ever had hives?
Ask me that again, will you, doctor?
I said, have you ever had hives?
Yes, but I got rid of them when the price of honey went down. Aren't you sorry you asked me?
No. Whenever a comedian comes in, I always ask that first to get that nonsense out of the way. And incidentally, Bob Hope's answer was much funnier than yours.
All right.
Now then, a rash of this kind can be caused by a great many things. Dust, food, feathers. I'm afraid it'd be rather difficult to pin down without giving you a series of allergy tests.
Well, these allergy tests, now how do you do those?
Well, I take different substances you might be allergic to and inject them under your skin with some needles.
Needles? I mean, do you have to use needles?
Oh, it won't hurt much.
No, not you. It'll hurt me.
Are you afraid of needles?
Afraid of... Listen, I fainted once when a tailor sewed a button on my sleeve. No. I don't want any needles.
Mr. Benny, I think you're being rather foolish. But if you insist, there's a Dr. Granger down the hall who uses a different method. I don't know too much about it, but I know he doesn't use needles.
Well, then that's the guy for me. Goodbye, Doc. Gesundheit.
Well, that was me.
Come in. Yes.
Dr. Granger?
Yes.
Oh, Doctor, Dr. Whitney sent me in here to see you because I need some allergy tests, and he told me that you don't use needles.
Oh, definitely not. No needles. I think they're barbaric.
Oh, well, good.
Oh. Well, now, where is your trouble exactly?
Well, I have irritation. I keep scratching my arms all the time. It's been driving me crazy.
Slip off your coat, then, and we'll get down to your trouble. There we are.
Fine,
Now,
thank you.
if you just roll up your sleeve and sit over here and make yourself comfy, I'll be right with you.
All right, now here, let me show you, Doctor. Right here, that. See that?
Oh, you are a mess. I think we'd better begin with the tests.
Yes, but no needles.
Oh, I assure you, I can't stand needles either. I get woozy when I play my phonograph. Oh, this rash could have been caused by any number of different things. Let's see how you react to certain foods.
Oh.
They're very big offenders.
I know what foods are.
Strawberries. Tomatoes. And now, eggs.
What are you doing here anyway? You crazy? What What is that?
Yes, but with no needles.
There's no way to find
Well, I
out.
don't see any reaction so far. Would you like me to get you a towel, or would you like to lick it off?
Why? I've never had so much...
Not strawberries, not tomatoes, not eggs. Now let me see
How
what
could you
other
tell so
foods-
soon?
Yes. Some people are very allergic to shellfish.
Shellfish? Well, look, I don't want you to try anything that... Gary, it's alive!
Well, it had better be. I had it flown in from Maine.
You're the strangest doctor I've ever seen.
All right,
Who
let's
ever
forget
heard
all
of putting
about
real
foods, and we'll go on to house dust.
House
You
dust?
just
I know it's not house dust.
No, apparently it isn't house
Well,
dust.
of course it
I
isn't
know,
house
but
dust.
we'll check you for wool. Just-
Wool, now
There
that's...
we are.
I know it isn't wool. When would I ever be... Hello, baby. I'm not...
Wool. I know it might
Well,
be
of
feathers.
course it isn't wool.
Feathers. You know, feathers. No, it isn't feathers. I know it might be caused by hay.
Hey! Now, when would I be around hay? Doctor!
No, it isn't hay. I know it might be caused by coal dust.
Cold dust! Listen, doctor.
Doctor, guess who's here to see you?
I know. They always come back. All right, Mr. Benny. We'll find out what your trouble is. Nurse, prepare the needles.
Yes, doctor.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
It was time to do the show.
Jack, did the doctor ever find out what caused that rash you had last week?
No, he actually didn't. Now, he took hundreds of tests, and nothing seemed to irritate me. But it's all cleared up now. Look at that. Just in 1 week, my skin is as smooth as a baby.
He never found out what it was, huh?
No, but as long as it's gone, who cares?
Oh, Mr. Benny. Mr.
Yes,
Benny.
Dennis? Yes?
Do you mind if I ask you something?
What?
Before we go on, I was wondering if I could only go out on the stage and then start to...
Wait a minute. The rash came back. It's back. Dennis! It's you!
Me?
You're the one.
Me?
You're the one who's been giving me...
Oh, no,
Get away from me. The rash...
Well, the show started.
I don't care. I'm not going to do a show.
Well, at least say something.
Well, good night, folks. I'll be seeing you soon.